Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen has just stopped speaking to an association of small businesses in America. She says the US economy has further to go. To unpick that and other US economic events, I'm joined by Adam Carr. Adam, it's still a long way to go for the US to come out of what has been a protracted slow.
Yeah, from the Fed's perspective, definitely. There had been rising expectations that they would hike rates simply because the employment market, jobs are surging. We've got an average of over 200,000 jobs a month in the US. If that continues, we'll see 2.8 million jobs this year, which is remarkable. So yeah, expectations had been building that the Fed might hike. Yellen had initially added to those expectations by suggesting that the first hike would come 6 months after quantitative easing ends, i.e. sort of early mid-2015. But now she's closing all that down. She's saying, it's not appropriate to give a time frame. More work needs to be done, as she said in this speech today. So really pulling back from the idea that rate hikes could come anytime soon.
One of the things that is quite concerning about those new jobs numbers, though, is the fall in the participation rate. What is that saying about the American economy?
Look, there's a debate there. Some people think it means that the job gains we've seen, or the drop in the unemployment rate that we've seen to date, isn't as good as it would otherwise be. Other people who sit on the Fed, for instance, I think it was Dennis Lockhart most recently, suggested that, the fall in participation is because people are retiring. We've got an ageing population, and a lot of people probably postponed their retirement after their savings were wiped out during the GFC, naturally, and maybe have only just started rebuilding those savings and feel that they can retire now. So look, there is a debate there. We don't have fantastic data on it, so that debate will be ongoing.
Now, obviously, the big concern is for the rest of the world, and particularly Australia, is that the US has to come back as the driver of the world's economy. Do you think that the industrial production numbers that came out overnight are an indication that that manufacturing in the US is coming back, and therefore we are going to see some stronger growth?
Well, yeah, look, the numbers were soft, but most commentators, most analysts are putting that down to distortions from weather. If you look at some of the key sort of partial indicators or leading indicators for manufacturing, they're actually really good. So the ISM index, which is the best, is showing an acceleration. The Philly Fed index, which is out last night, the Empire State Manufacturing Index, all of these are showing that manufacturing is actually in a pretty good situation at the moment, and expected to accelerate going forward. So I don't think people are too worried about manufacturing at the moment.
Now finally, Adam, you were with me in the budget lockup. We looked at the forecasts from Treasury for Australian growth and global growth. What do they expect?
Look, modest growth domestically, which, to be honest, I don't have a problem with. People can argue about whether we get trend or slightly below trend growth, and that's a fair argument. But in terms for the market, it probably doesn't really matter that much. So not too fussed there. And their global growth forecasts, it's around trend, slightly below, which is fairly consensus. So nothing too interesting in those forecasts. Nothing that really suggests to investors that they should be concerned either, I should add.
But those growth figures were actually quite soft for quite a few number of years out, weren't they?
Yeah, look, they don't have trend growth returning, I think, till the middle of, or it's still below trend, but it's getting close to trend till the middle of next year. But again, look, when you're talking about half a percentage point, it's not material. So it's not going to be something which will, if you're thinking about investing, it's a good time to invest in the stock market or not. Those growth forecasts, if they become a reality, really shouldn't sway you one way or the other.
Adam Carr, thanks very much.
Pleasure, thank you.